So I used to think that letting go meant just giving up on myself, but the truth was that I was holding on too tight, and that's what was keeping me stuck. And if you're watching this, you might be doing exactly the same thing right now without even realizing it. So how do you let go of something when you don't even realize that it's the one thing that's keeping you stuck in the first place? That was the question that I used to ask myself. I think, God, if I knew the answer, then I would have already done it, surely. But what happens is negative energy, the ego, doesn't want you to realize your true self. It doesn't want you to realize that the things that you're holding on to are stopping you from growing, from realizing your true self. Because when you are your true self, when you are your spirit, you become magnificent. So all the time that you are holding on to these concepts of yourselves, ideas that aren't true, all the time you're holding on to these limiting beliefs, you are trapped and you are being controlled by negative energy. So this is how negative energy works on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. So my question was, how do we go about releasing that negative energy when we don't know that it's actually keeping us stuck? So what I'm going to say to you now is that your spirit knows everything about you from every life that you've had. And it's like your recording machine within you. So it has every experience that you've had. It's had every experience that you've had. It knows what you have been born into. It knows the negative energy that you've been born into that you are trying to work through in order to grow, to realize your true self. So I don't want you to doubt yourself, and I don't want you to doubt divinity in any way, shape or form, because it's only the negative energy that is stopping you and making you doubt in the first place. Divinity is always trying to call us back, always. But we get confused because we listen to wrong ideas and we have opinions and expectations, and these are all human ideas. So I'll go back to the original question, which is, how do we know? How do we know? In order to be able to feel and know these things, which your spirit does, in order to be able to do that, you've got to connect with your true self. You've got to connect with your spirit. When you start connecting with your spirit more on a regular basis, you grow that relationship with yourself. You develop an understanding. You start to trust yourself. And through that process, things will start to open up in a way in your life that will communicate to you what you need to let go of. So let me give you an example. Okay, letting go of control. Letting go of control was for me one of the biggest hurdles. I felt that if I let go, that I would flounder, fall to pieces, because I didn't have control over everything. But what I didn't realise was that grasping onto control of every situation was making me feel anxious, flustered, didn't make me at ease at all. In fact, I went into my ego and just thought that I knew what to do, but I didn't, because I didn't feel very good. It wasn't my spirit, it wasn't my true self that was doing it from a place of compassion, from a place of love. It was my ego doing it from a place of control. And I didn't realise that I was controlling. I just thought, well, that's just who I am. That's just what I do. And this is what I mean when I talk about concepts of self. We all have an idea of who we are. We all have this kind of little box we put ourselves into. But the first thing you need to realise is that we don't fit in boxes. And it's only humans and human ideas and humanity that puts us into boxes. You know, the spiritual being is bigger than you can imagine and has far more power than you can imagine. And that's why the negative energy wants to control us, because we're far greater than it. I'm going to place a link up here to a meditation that I would like you to have a go at, which is about releasing control. It's about letting go, and it's about moving towards yourself. It's really very simple. Your spirit knows exactly what to do as long as you are in connection with your higher self, your true self, the divine feminine power. And it really is as simple as that. Have the most truly wonderful day.